And welcome back one and all, welcome back to another game of Dread. So this is Horror City? This doesn't sound like a Judge Dredd game. And it was released by Novatrade in 1989. And I say released, the actual information about this game is somewhat vague. Some claim this actually had an official release, some claim this is just a bootleg. So why the hell am I talking about it? Now, if you actually look at the icons where we've got practice, review, play, volume, they look slightly like a judge badge, don't they? Now, if we hit F3, you get 4 interesting characters. Now, these are our enemies in the game, and it says know your enemy. Are you starting to figure out what the hell's going on here? Well, the first one is some sort of fly, but his uniform does look a little bit like Judge Death. The second one could be mistaken for Judge Fear. The third one is Judge Fire, who they barely changed at all, and the fourth one is Judge Mortis. So yes, this is actually, at one point, was called Judge Death, where you star as Judge Anderson, fighting against the 4 judges. Now, the company behind this, Piranha, went out of business, and Novatrade apparently picked it up. They didn't have access to the 2000 AD license, so then they just scraped off all the 2000 AD stuff and replaced it with this. Aha! So, we're looking at a bit of an oddity. Now notice that, aim precisely at the teleport globes on their belts. This is going to be fun. So what is it? Well, we'll play as Rookie. On the right hand side of the screen you can clearly see that's Judge fucking Anderson. And the game is basically based around shooting the belts of these guys. Now, if you're lucky, you can sort of shoot them as they're moving sideways, but it's actually quite difficult. There are 5 different types of ammo, as you can see down the bottom of the screen. They all do the same bloody thing, it's just a slightly different effect and slightly different sound effect upon impact. And as you can probably see, actually hitting the square belt buckle, not easy. I think the furthest I've actually been able to get with this is level 3. Now, they really haven't actually done too much of a job stripping away the 2000 AD stuff. I mean, you actually look at the bloody backgrounds. This is blatantly Mega City 1. There's no even attempt. You gotta be so pixel perfect, it's bloody untrue. And of course, using the joystick is not the best thing in the world. Okay. I got the right angle to take down 2. As you can see in the bottom left, there's our radar. So you got Judge Fire. Something else of note here is the fact that in those menu sequences we had that god-awful music. Now here we only have the sound effects. Of course the Commodore could very rarely do both, but you really would have thought music would have been better here, as most of the time it's complete drocking silence. Do not shoot the civilians. You don't get really much of an issue with shooting civilians, you just get a lower score. Right, come on shot boy. Yes! 2 more to go and then we can press on to the next level. And they do teleport around a bit. So the idea is to hit them in the teleport orbs and that in theory sends them back to their own dimension, or apart from in-game logic it doesn't. So, yeah. The real question I have about this game is how far were Piranha actually into the game when they went under? If the answer was not very far, then you can sort of assume that maybe this game could have actually been quite interesting. But because of them going out of business, we will never know. And of course, Novatrade, by the looks of it, just picked up the sort of rotting carcass and went, "Ooh, we can put some ice and sugar around this and it'll look nice." I mean, it's not a bad game. The controls are quite nice. The real problem I have is the scrolling is bloody god-awful, left to right, and I know the C64 can do better. The hitbox is ludicrous. Now, I understand why the hitbox is the way it is, because it's going for story style. Oh, come on, there we go. One more. But, yeah, it's a pain in the arse. You've not made a fun shooter by making it that specific. And actually, I would have thought it would have made more sense to have 1 Dark Judge per level, and then just have normal enemies you can pelt bullets at for the rest of the time. I do have to wonder if that's what the developers were originally intending. Unfortunately, there aren't many screenshots of this as Judge Death, so this is pure speculation. I mean, they haven't even really bothered trying to change Anderson. I mean, look at her in the bloody right. That is just Judge Anderson through and through. Oh, come on, fucking Fly, Judge! I'm getting kicked here. There we go. Oh, we've still got one more left. Let's change our ammo to something else, actually, so you can see the different types. Honestly, they make no difference whatsoever. Oh, God's sake. If we can just kill this guy, so we can see the second stage. I've made it all the way through to the third, but not got past that. Oh, fucking it's Judge Fly again. Come on. Oh, God. I just wish it was a bit more precise. Oh, fuck off. Let's go again, shall we? On Rookie. See, this is me on Rookie. God knows what bloody the higher difficulties are like. We will probably have to have a gander. Right. Something else worth mentioning is the fact you can actually exhaust the supply of a certain ammo type, but again, this really doesn't affect the gameplay in any way, shape, or form. Hello, Judge Fire. So the real question has to be, is this actually any good whatsoever? Okay? Backgrounds are cool, I like the premise, I do not like how pixel perfect you've got to be, because I'm 1 pixel off each time, and then you move. Oh, God. Yeah, 2 right, that was a bullseye. Okay, let's change the ammo to the machine gun type thing. I'm going to try and show all these off. Hello, Mr. Person on a flying skateboard. So yeah, I like the fact that they got this game, but hardly changed any of the assets. Apart from the actual Dark Judges, everything else seems to be in place. Apart from they call Judge Anderson Judge Sinclair, and that's about it. Oh, come on, that hit. We will get past level 1. At least in this video. Come on. I am not bad at video games. I'm not using a traditional Commodore 64 joystick for this as well. I tried that and it was absolutely hopeless. So I'm actually using a PS3 controller. It seems to work a little bit better, but right, okay. Look, I'm not being funny, but I am at the right. Maybe I'll tip down just a little bit. It's hard to know if I'm like a pixel up or a pixel down. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Ugh, grr. You can see how infuriating this fucking is. Ah! It's actually a shame because the other levels they start to bring in some different mechanics. Like, I think it's the 3rd level you start to get ramps. Now I know you're going to say ramps. That's not exactly an interesting mechanic, but it does sort of vary up the gameplay because you've got to start sort of dealing with elevations up and downs. I mean, I know we're doing it now, but not in the same way. Oh, God. Can I please just kill you, you fucking Judge Fear? Thank you. Right, we have now found the correct height. So in theory, if we stay at this and don't alternate, anything at this height we can kill. Just by shooting him in the side. So, let's see if this works. No, I'd say not. Now, did I actually kill him or not? No. Okay, up a bit. Right, there we go, that nailed him. 2 more. No, 3 more, sorry. Oh, fuck off, Jed. You're at the wrong height for me, so I'm going to skirt away from you for a minute and go for everyone else. I don't want to have to muck around with the crosshairs, because if I've got a chance of killing the other 2 off, I bloody will. Although I'm going to die before I get a chance, I know that. Okay, 2 left. Oh, God, I missed him. Oh, fuck's sake! Okay, I was close. Once more, maybe? Yeah? Okay. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, I went away and I recorded some footage without commentary, okay? So, just on the pure fact that I want to show past level 1. Now, this is a pretty good run of the first level. Now, what you'll see, hopefully, is once I get to grips with the right angle and the level to hold the gun, most of the enemies I'm able to dispatch really, really quickly, but it's a case of me actually getting to that point to start off with. So this bit of footage is going to show us completing level 1, and we will actually be able to look at bloody level 2. This is definitely one of those games which doesn't lend itself to being commentated over and played at the same time. But I mean, God, this would be so much easier if I could have access to a mouse rather than the bloody joystick, as it were. Now, something I didn't quite realise, that number on the top right that's going up rapidly, I do believe that's meant to symbolise the amount of civilians killed. Now, I don't know if that can result in a game over if you hit a certain amount, or it's just there for flavour text. I'd assume, perhaps, again, in the original Piranha version, it might have mattered and would have indicated another failure state, but we'll never know. Now, on this particular run, I don't swap out the ammo. I think, and this is just a think, that the ammo supply carries over from level to level. I couldn't even tell you how many levels there are, as I say, I've only ever got to level 3, and level 2 is a doozy in itself because of the elevated stair routine. So anyway, I think I've shown off enough of level 1. Let's have a look at level 2, shall we? Okay, so there is one thing I'm going to point out and say I like at the moment, the fact that they actually at least try and vary things up a little bit. The fact that mostly on that first level, all the Dark Judges stay on the same elevation as you, with a couple of exceptions, is a nice way to start to sort of the difficulty curve. And then we go into this, where as you can see, I am trying to shoot bloody Shark Boy as he goes up a stairwell. It's only really easy to hit them at the top of the stairwell. Any other time, you're mostly wasting ammo. And that will get demonstrated here, as I'm trying to pump bloody this guy full of lead, and it's just not working. That and the constant changing of elevations is meaning that I can't use the trick that I used in level 1 of mostly just staying at the same perspective and zapping enemies. Now, that's really the main problem with the level, is the 2 staircases, and I like the fact the Dark Judges just walk around going, "Rap-a-da, going up the stairs, I'm a giant man shark, don't mind me." I mean, you can see how much I'm bloody trying to kill him with, and the amount of ammo I'm wasting doing it. But it's this whole pixel perfect thing that's just, it's too bloody much. Far too much. And I'm going to do you a spoiler, I don't complete this level. We're not going to see past level 2. Now, I could sit down and grind my way and try and get to the see more footage, but to be honest, the game is just, it's not broken, but it just feels so unfinished and overly so unfair that it's not worth my time playing it. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, although it's not an official part of the Judge Dredd canon, it's an interesting little bit of history which I felt we needed to look at. So that was Horror City. Is it a good game? No, not really. As always, a big thank you goes to you for watching this video. If you missed the last episode, feel free to click on the annotation that's being shown on the screen right now, and the annotation for the next episode is there also. If you're watching this at a time the next episode hasn't been released, feel free to subscribe and it will let you know. Cheers for watching, ta-ta for now.